Hey, I am Nikki, and I just want to make a quick, easy chicken and vegetable dish that'll help you when you're in a crunch and you don't have a lot of time and you need to improvise sometimes. One of the things I like to do is improvise because I have to work with what I have and use what I got. And so I'm gonna make some barbecue chicken. And what I did already is I put some olive oil on this chicken legs and I covered them in some mustard because I didn't have any dry mustard seasoning. I'm like, you know what? Too bad. We're gonna work with what we got, okay? And then I have this barbecue spice that's sugar free, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it onto my chicken. And I made it up. It's just some paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and some chili powder and cumin, just and chipotle seasoning and some black pepper and some sea salt, just basic. And then I'm gonna season both sides of the chicken because you know you gotta season both sides, okay? So just work with me here as I turn this chicken over. Get both sides seasoned up. Turn this other chicken over. I know it's hard and you just have to find ways to meal prep ahead of time and not be stressed out about it. So I made extra. I made 2 pans. One we can have some for lunch and then one we can have some for dinner. That way you're not trying to do 1,000 things at one time and recreating the wheel. Make enough extra so you can have it to stretch. Maybe you make a different side with it the second meal through. So I got both of my chicken legs. I'm gonna put them in the oven for 350, and bam, we're done with that part. Now the next step is just making the so hold on one second while I pause it. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is make some roasted vegetables. Now I got picky people. Somebody don't want Brussels sprouts and carrots. Somebody don't eat potatoes. Like me, I can't handle potatoes on my meal plan this week. And so therefore I'm just gonna mix it all together. I'm not gonna cook 2 separate dishes. I covered this in some avocado oil, or you can use olive oil if you don't have that. And I just got some basic seasoning to garlic seasoning, herb seasoning. And I'm gonna have that garlic herb seasoning all over. I'm not gonna use 5 or 6 different seasonings. I ain't got time for that. I'm just gonna use an all-purpose seasoning, your favorite one that you like. I like McCormick seasonings and Weber seasonings a lot. They're some of my favorites. And yeah, I'm putting a lot on here because I'm gonna toss it all together and toss them separately. I'm gonna wash my hands and I'm gonna put this in the oven, 350, 30 minutes, both dishes in the oven, and let's see what happens. Oh, I gotta wash my hands before I put the pause button on. Oh my God. So while my food is in the oven, my chicken, I'm on my next meal. Because remember, it's all about time, so we gotta make the most of our 30 minutes. So I have some leftover smoked turkey legs that I had left over from another meal that I got out the freezer, and I unthawed them. And then I put them in this pot of water. I'm just gonna put some onions in here, a cup of onions, half a cup of celery, and a bay leaf. Celery. Just dumping it all in here. And then I made a spice blend. It's just some thyme, celery seed, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and your whatever herb you want to use. Any other herbs you want to use. I just dumped that in there, and I used about a tablespoon of the herbs, and then half a teaspoon of salt. And I also am gonna put a bouillon cube in here. I don't know where it is yet. Oh, here's one. Just pretend right here. Bouillon cube. Okay, throw that in there. Give it a little flavor and some garlic, of course. And I'm gonna let these boil for like 2 hours, and that's fine because I can be doing other things like laundry and other stuff. And so I'll let that boil, and then I will add my green beans in toward the end, and it makes a meal. So you got smoked turkey and green beans. Bam, there's a meal. So the next thing I'm gonna make is some stir fry. I just took a little bit of coconut oil. That's probably a tablespoon if you're measuring. And I always like in my stir fry some sesame oil. So I'm just gonna put a small teaspoon right here of sesame oil just to give it that Asian flavor. You don't need a lot of sesame oil. I've already pre-chopped up my vegetables. As you can see, I got some cabbage and some red cabbage and some carrots and some bell peppers and onions. First thing I'm going to do is saute my onions and garlic first in the skillet. Ideally, the skillet would be hot. Now we got some steam. You see that steam? It smells so good too. We're going to put our fresh vegetables in here. You have to put a little bit in at a time. What I like to do is put a little bit in, season it with my basic seasonings. Oh, that would have been a big mess if I poured the whole garlic powder in here. Again, onion powder. I like my stuff to be very flavorful. And some pepper. And you can add salt if you like. I like using pink salt, but I'm just going to add just a little bit. And that way, I know this sounds like a lot, but when you add the layers, you'll see. If I add more on, that's nothing. So, put some more vegetables in here. Let them cook down some more. And bam, another stir-fry meal. See, this is not hard. Did you shut that door? Okay. Oh well, so we got our roasted vegetables. They turned out so pretty. And our cabbage, it turned out so good. Our barbecue chicken, a little sauce on there for those who can have sauce. And our roasted smoked turkey with green beans. Just a divine day at the Arches. Oh well, so we got our roasted vegetables. They turned out so pretty. And our cabbage, it turned out so good. Our barbecue chicken, a little sauce on there for those who can have sauce. And our roasted smoked turkey with green beans. Just a divine day at the Arches.